Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you all had an amazing week which has passed by. And you know what? Recently I have attended one of my cousin's 21st birthday. So there was all this very young crowd, and I noticed one pattern. I won't say it is more prevalent among younger generation, but with this a side effect of social media, I would say, it is that you see this particular sort of unhappiness, sadness more among the youngsters. And there was this discussion. Okay, let me just share this small incident which actually gave me the idea for today's video. So the group which was sitting next to our table, uh, there was one girl who was, I think, a bit upset because her crush, the college crush, didn't like her some post or something, something to do with social media. So he usually used to, and like the day she had posted it, I think probably she posted in the morning until evening, like she was checking that has he liked it, has he whatever commented on it or something like that. And she was like sad, and the other people or the group members, her friends, they were trying to cheer her up, maybe he has not seen, whatever different things, have not turned on the internet, all the other reasons. And from this thing, I just realized that why do we keep a source of happiness on some expectations from people? Okay, now this is an example of a youngster group, but there might be similar things happening even with older generations, middle-aged people, everyone, that we do expect something from someone and the person doesn't do that, and then we become sad, we become unhappy. And I know this is a very natural behavior. I have seen it, like it is how it is. Like society works that way only, or relationships work that way only. That constantly, once you get into something, whatever sort of relationship, friendship, you are with a partner, spouse, siblings, parents, parent and child, different relationships. Everywhere there is this one cycle, where there is an expectations are not being met by the other one, and then the one who was expecting it is like unhappy or sad. There's one thing, guys, which I have, again, you all might have also realized it. As you grow up, you know that people person is something that is constantly changing. Even the nature of a person might over a period of time change, behavior might change, something might happen in someone's life such that the person is just becoming the opposite of what he or she was before. Now when you're keeping your expectations from certain source, like it is, in this case it's a person who is constantly changing, and you're expecting that when this person is growing, changing, whatever, throughout the years, how can you expect that every time you expect something from that particular person or whoever, and expecting something from somebody else, you will get the expected result? And why should you become unhappy when you know that it is something, a changing source, something that is constantly changing, and you are expecting that a result should come same? Like, you expect something and that expectations have to be met, and then you'll be happy. So, this is something like was very, again, I probably might have at one point thought of making a video about a similar thing, but I was not getting a proper example. And this small incident just gave me that sort of an idea. Just maybe you can start with this example. That is, expectations can lead to disappointments, and disappointment can again lead to unhappiness, sadness. So yeah, probably when you're expecting something from someone, from a person, I think I can say maybe it to anything that is living, right? You might, okay, let's take an example of a plant as well. If you are having some plant, and it is supposed to give some sort of a fruit, you might expect it, okay, it has to give it after 1 year, it has to give after 6 months, or whatever the normal duration is for that particular plant. But the plant doesn't give you the expected sort of a fruit at expected time. again, it is a plant, it might be working on its own terms, so it will give you the output maybe as in fine. It is for, for probably something will be there according to which the fruit will appear or might not appear as well, depending upon maybe the seed was defective or whatever. So again, you are having an expectation from a living source, right, which is again changing constantly. Similarly, you might have a pet. It's not that always the way you expect the pet to behave, it is gonna behave, right? It is again a living thing, it has its own way of doing things, might do something that is way beyond expectation. And similarly, when you're expecting from a human being, and then because you are so much near and dear to that you consider that particular human being very close to you, near and dear to you, and you feel that this thing has to behave in my way, or I'm expecting this thing, so it should be in that particular way, and then I'll be happy. I think when we do that, we are ourselves inviting unhappiness to us. We are inviting sadness to us. There are also some situations which can, make us unhappy. But then I think that is something, again, nobody can at any point in time maybe guarantee you an output of basically anything. We say out of 100, maybe 90%, 95% things are working in certain ways. So still you cannot expect that 100% of the things will be working in the same way, isn't it? So we have to make this one point very clear, guys. I feel, especially with the younger youth, that don't depend on somebody else for your happiness. And especially with this current social media, this all these trends that are being set, I need to get so many likes on this post, and you are expecting a like coming from certain person. Again, it depends on your maybe timing, luck, whatever. Or if it is destined to be, you might get that particular output, right? But yeah, being sad for something which is way beyond your control, that is being sad because of a person's behavior, which is again beyond anyone's control, doesn't make any sense, because we have lot of other reasons to be unhappy. We have lot of reasons sometimes in life to to be sad about, and people usually forget all the grateful things, the good things, and people are just focusing on the thing that is making them sad. And add to it, if you're gonna keep your source of happiness depending on somebody else's behavior, you are like naturally inviting more unhappiness into your life. That is like somewhere for sure, you can say. So yeah, share this video with anyone who is, probably more it will be with younger generations, because it's always, there is some sort of reality we have to accept, that it doesn't work that way. Like you cannot be expecting something from somebody and always getting the required output. Again, I think as you mature, you realize things more clearly. But at the younger age, I feel, since you have not experienced certain things, you have not experienced all this uh, sort of, setbacks and all, that is difficult initially. And that's the reason why I sometimes feel it is important, even at school level, when you're like growing up and you're still developing, and there are things, you are reaching to a stage where you can understand certain things or certain emotions maybe. It is important if at that particular time some sort of learning is given, at school level as well. Like, some sessions are held for them, told to them that, world doesn't work around you. World, people are not gonna always act as in how you feel. And probably we can, in this way, we can save maybe so many youngsters from going into all this depression, anxiety, or something which makes them feel bad, and rather they use that energy to become more productive in life, to do something greater in life, rather than being stuck on all these things of somebody has betrayed me, break up, heartbreak, other things, which eventually you realize that over a period of time are not that so probably worth it wasting your time on. Okay, so I'll leave you with this particular note for this weekend, that do not allow to expect things which you know might give you disappointments, and then don't allow that disappointment to give you unhappiness or sadness or make you feel low. Okay, take care of yourself. I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.